Lucy straightened out her keyboard as she glanced at her diary. She had an hour before she was due to meet Carla for lunch, and a nonstop afternoon of meetings to look forward to after that. Knowing she wouldn't have time to do so later, Lucy reached for her phone and keyed in Cleo's number. As it rang, she spun around in her chair to glance out of her window, admiring the beautiful view of the New York skyline. No answer. Typical. It seemed Cleo would have to wait to hear the good news. "Hi, Cleo," Lucy said when prompted to leave a voicemail. "It's Lucy Holloway, calling with the results of today's negotiations. I think you'll be happy with them." Behind Lucy, the door opened. Expecting Felix or one of her other colleagues, she held up a hand and spun slowly back around. "Give me a call as soon as you—" Lucy blinked in surprise when she laid eyes on her visitor. Darren looked different to the last time Lucy had seen him. Drawn, haunted, bags under his bloodshot eyes. "Can," Lucy said, hanging up the phone. "Darren, can I help you?" Darren scoffed, his face twisting into a look of such hatred, Lucy felt as if her own blood had frozen in her veins, because no one, in her 40 years of life, had ever looked at her in such a way. As if they wanted to destroy her. And Lucy could only think of one reason why: dread settling in her stomach, hot and heavy, her throat feeling so tight it was hard to breathe, and her heart beating so loud she could hear it in her ears. As Darren drew himself up to his full height and opened his mouth, the only thing Lucy could think was that she wished he'd shut the door behind him. Through the open balcony doors, the low hum of excited chatter reached Lucy's ears. If she concentrated, she could hear the crash of the waves against the nearby beach, the screech of birds, and the smell of salt in the air. Taking temporary refuge from the relentless heat of the July sun in the air-conditioned sanctity of her hotel room, Lucy breathed a deep sigh. Rest and relaxation were the order of the day, and Lucy tried to recall some of the words from the yoga instructor she had left back in the U.S. as she reclined on her king-size bed. Feet wide, eyes closed, and breathe in deeply for— A phone rang, and Lucy's eyes flew open. Her cell phone, abandoned in the bottom of her handbag, had been switched off ever since she had arrived in Tenerife the day before. It took her a moment to realize it was the old-school phone in the hotel room, and Lucy frowned. She had stayed in a lot of hotels in her life and hadn't had an unexpected call in a single one. It must be important. Lucy leaned over to pluck the receiver free and held it to her ear. "Hello?" "You are a hard woman to track down." The voice was a familiar one, and Lucy felt her lips curve into a smile. If there was anything Lucy was going to miss about her home, Carla would be at the top of that list. "Did you perhaps consider I did not want to be found?" Lucy shifted to lean her back against the headboard and wound the cord of the phone around her finger. "How did you find me anyway?" "I'm a woman of many talents." Lucy waited, knowing Carla would elaborate. "You should really consider changing your email password. Your mother's maiden name and your birthday, Luce, really?" That explained it. Her hotel and flight booking information were on there. Once she had figured out where Lucy was staying, all Carla would have to do was to persuade the front desk to patch her through to Lucy's room. "You hacked into my email?" Carla huffed. "I had to. I was worried about you. I could have you arrested." "Please." Carla's voice turned dismissive. "We both know you wouldn't dare. Now, do you want to tell me why you were hiding halfway across the world?" Lucy glowered, though she knew Carla could not see her. "I am not hiding." "Oh, yeah? What else would you call packing up in the middle of the night and leaving without saying a word?" Carla didn't hide the hurt in her voice.